This next section could take a considerable length of time depending on what you want to do with it. Leaving it at the default settings is not necessarily a bad thing, but we're going to define each of the roles in our system here. So when I click on this, I come up with this page, and you'll see all the roles that are here. You can actually create custom roles and then assign the privileges that go with those. So that's one thing to consider. As I said, this is a little time consuming, but it does have some advantages. I'm going to be able to show you everything that we can edit by going to my guest account here and clicking on the gear. This lets me edit it. You'll notice some of these have garbage cans next to them, so you can remove them. I don't recommend that you remove any of these. Okay, there's the name for the guest. You can give it a different name if you want, anything you need to do. You can do the same thing for all the other roles. You can give it a custom full name and give it a description. The description really helps you more than anything later if you want to work with this so you know what we're talking about. Once you do that, you have this list of check boxes here, that things that they may have assigned to them. These are things that they can edit. You definitely don't want to do system for a guest. That would let a guest come in and mess with your system. Not a good idea. As a guest, I don't want them to have any of this activity to them. If you want to allow role assignments, this allows them to assign people to different roles. They're usually considered roles that are below them in the hierarchy. Allow role overrides. You can do the same thing here. Role switches. These are some things that come in handy for teachers or course creators. While you're in a course that you're working in, you can switch roles, say to a student, to take a look at what they might see. It's not 100% accurate, but it's relatively accurate and a good thing to do. Again, I would not be messing with these. And allow role to view. These are things that they can look at that you may or may not want them to do. Then it gets a little bit more complicated below because these are other capabilities, and you'll notice that there are a lot of them. These are things that you will allow that particular role to be able to change and work in. So I usually leave these alone. I've never had a problem with the defaults, but you can see that you can customize any role to a lot of different levels. Now I'm showing you a lot of these because I'm going to go to another role in a minute and then let you see how extensive it can be. So I'm not going to scroll down much farther. My scroll bar says I am not halfway done with this. It gives you an idea of how complex it can be. So I'm going to go back here, and then I want to show you what a manager can do. So we'll look at manager real quickly here. And you'll notice they have more things that they can get into. More things are selected. And then when you get down into the advanced section, you'll see more things that are allowed. The only person above this would be a system administrator. But you can see that they have a lot of options allowed. Again, the default settings for all of these roles are typically very good. I've never had any problem with them. And you can create a custom role. But defining a role does have a lot of things that you have to consider when you're doing it. So if you plan on creating custom roles, pay attention to every detail, and good luck with it.